Welcome, dear soul. If you've clicked on this video, maybe your heart is quietly whispering what your words haven't yet said aloud. Maybe you've been smiling for others, showing up every day, playing your role, while inside, you feel empty, distant, or invisible. You might find yourself in a room full of people, but still feel like you're not really with anyone. You may talk, laugh, even go out and stay active on social media, but deep down, there's a silence, a numbness, a quiet ache that never leaves. That, my friend, is disconnection. And you are not alone in feeling this way. Today, let's take a slow, honest, and gentle journey together through the 10 powerful reasons why you might feel disconnected from everyone. Not to blame yourself, not to fix everything instantly, but to understand, to feel, and maybe, just maybe, to begin healing. Let's begin with the feeling of not being truly seen or heard. This is one of the deepest emotional wounds we can carry. When you speak your truth, when you express your feelings, but people brush it off, change the topic, or simply don't notice, it begins to send a silent message to your heart. Maybe what I feel doesn't matter. And over time, you learn to stay silent. You stop sharing. You convince yourself it's better to keep things in than risk being ignored or misunderstood. But deep down, the desire to be known, to be understood without judgment, never dies. It just hides, waiting for someone safe enough to listen. Next comes emotional exhaustion. This happens when you constantly give your energy to others, helping friends, supporting family, saying yes to everyone even when you're tired. You're always the one checking in, offering a shoulder, making time. But no one ever asks, how are you really doing? This one-sided giving drains your emotional tank. You begin to feel like you're fading, not because you don't care, but because you've cared too much for too long, without being cared for in return. The third reason is being in the wrong environment. You might be surrounded by people who don't really align with who you are anymore. They might be friends you've outgrown, family members who don't respect your boundaries, or coworkers who only see your performance, not your person. When you constantly shrink yourself to fit in, to be liked, to avoid conflict, you slowly start losing pieces of yourself. The result, you feel alone, even among many. Because your soul knows that real connection can only happen where truth is welcome. Then comes the quiet truth of outgrowing the past version of yourself. Maybe you no longer enjoy the things you used to. Maybe the dreams you once chased now feel empty. Maybe the people you once loved feel like strangers. This can be confusing and painful. But it's a sign of inner growth. Your soul is evolving. You are shifting into a deeper awareness of what matters to you. And that shift often comes with a season of feeling alone, because you haven't yet found the new version of people, places, or purpose that matches your growth. And that's okay. You're not lost. You're just in transition. Fifth, many people feel disconnected because of unhealed trauma or suppressed emotions. Maybe something happened in your past. A betrayal, a loss, abuse, neglect, and instead of being able to process and heal, you had to survive. So you buried it, but the pain didn't disappear, it just went silent. Now, even when good things happen, you feel distant, unable to fully enjoy them. You're guarded, afraid, suspicious of joy. This protective shell keeps people out, and though it kept you safe once, it may now be keeping you from truly connecting. Another powerful reason is losing touch with your own identity. In the busyness of life, responsibilities, deadlines, expectations, you slowly forget what brings you joy, what makes you feel alive. You start living for others, for approval, for duty. And one day you wake up and realize, I don't even know who I am anymore. When we lose ourselves, we lose our ability to truly connect with others. Because how can someone love us if even we don't know who we are? Seventh is the fear of vulnerability. At some point, you opened up to someone, and they didn't hold your heart with care. Maybe they mocked you, rejected you, or left. That moment taught you, vulnerability is dangerous. So now, you wear emotional armor. You keep things surface level. You avoid deep conversations, you laugh when you want to cry. But here's the truth. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's the bridge to deep connection. Without it, relationships remain shallow, and your heart stays locked away, untouched and aching. Closely connected to that is past betrayal and trust issues. If the people you trusted most, parents, friends, lovers, hurt or abandoned you, your mind may now believe that closeness equals pain. So even when someone kind enters your life, you keep them at arm's length. You assume they'll leave too. You protect your peace by avoiding deep bonds. But the downside is, while you avoid pain, you also avoid love. Healing trust takes time, but it begins by acknowledging where and why it was broken. In today's digital age, comparison and unrealistic expectations play a huge role in emotional disconnection. You scroll through social media and see filtered perfection, friends laughing in groups, couples celebrating anniversaries, influencers traveling the world. And you wonder, why don't I have that? You begin to feel unworthy, like you're missing something. But what you're seeing is a curated version of someone's life, not the whole truth. Behind every perfect post is a human being struggling, just like you. Comparison steals joy and magnifies loneliness, but it's based on illusion. Finally, the 10th and perhaps deepest reason is the longing for a deeper purpose. You go through your days, waking, working, eating, sleeping, and yet something inside you says, there has to be more than this. You're not looking for fame or money, you're looking for meaning. A reason to wake up that feels real. Without purpose, life feels like a loop. Everything becomes numb. But here's the secret. That longing is not a flaw, it's your soul inviting you to discover your unique light. To serve, to create, to love in a way that is yours alone. And so, if you've been feeling disconnected from everyone lately, please know this, you are not broken. You are not weak. You are not weird. You are simply a soul in transition. You are growing, shedding, healing, remembering who you are. The disconnection you feel is not the end, it's the beginning of your return to wholeness. It's your heart asking for more truth, more depth, more authenticity. And I promise you, the people, the spaces, the love that truly sees you will come. But first, you must give that love to yourself. Take a deep breath. You've made it this far. That means something. You're still here, still searching, still open. That is strength. That is hope. That is courage. You are not invisible. You are simply waiting to be seen by the right hearts. And they are coming. One day at a time. One breath at a time. Until then, stay gentle. Stay grounded. And most importantly, stay true to your beautiful, evolving self.